Welcome back. Today's August 26th, and this is Treestand Totals for the WNBA. I'm your host, Dave Bartu. Just a reminder, not selling picks. I'm giving you my picks as a daily sports bettor. Now today it's Major League Baseball and WNBA. Pretty soon it's going to be NFL on top of all that as the WNBA season wraps up. But what I do use is EPA hot sheets. EPA is a data source that is for due diligence for sports bettors like myself. I'm a consultant there, so I help design them. So I'm literally using the data from them for my own bets. Now, do I follow it exactly? No, I don't. I'm responsible for my own picks, so I'm handing my picks over to you on how I use the EPA in my due diligence for sports betting. There's also some other stuff I'll talk about, like, college football today. But I'll start with the WNBA, and we'll get through that and get to a couple of college football ideas I have for the day. Yesterday, the WNBA was solid, 4-2 on totals. Didn't hurt that Atlanta went over in the first half, then absolutely shit the bed as they have been for, well, the last month in the second half. Very close to going 6-0 yesterday, so really happy with that. Today we got a couple of Jekyll and Hyde teams. The two best teams in the WNBA, the Liberty and the Aces, are playing the Mystics and the Lynx. The difficulty, I think, with the Aces is since they got blown out earlier in the month in New York, they have been on a roller coaster. They are very, very inconsistent and haven't been playing good ball. And the Liberty, God knows what you're going to get out of them. I swear you can get 13 points or 113. They are just an absolute enigma sometimes. But neither team has been playing really good, so I'm betting against both of them on the totals today. I'll start with Vegas and Washington. The model, the EPA model, has the total at 169.5. The current live betting is 170. You can pass on it. I was borderline pass on it. I mean, that's just sitting right on the line. It's just not even, there's no value in there. But as part of my process and just betting every total I can, I'm going to play it. I'm going under 170 today. If your numbers are over 170, well, good luck on that. I hope you beat me, quite honestly, because probably I shouldn't be betting this one within the data. Game totals. Vegas models at 86.9. Their total is 90.5. Now, the models have been coming down a little bit. The Aces earlier in the month, they were averaging about 93.5. Then it was 91. Today it's 90.5. Their inefficiencies are being picked up by the line makers. I'm still under 90 and a half on the Aces today. The Mystics, the model is at 82.8. Their line is 79.5. Variance is tight today, folks, really tight. So you can feel free to pass on a lot of these things where there's a tight variance. I'm over 79 and a half. The totals for the first halves aren't out yet. And a lot of times they don't drop until late. If you get them early, like on Bet365, you're going to pay a lot of juice. Fucking hate juice. And I got to do a podcast for you guys sometime and give you the spreadsheet where it models what the juice does. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Really try to shop for the best price if it's allowed for you. But like DraftKings, where I can only access online, they post their first half totals like at the tip. Game's already live by the time I've been betting that. I expect the total to be 46.5 in the first half for Vegas. I'm under 46.5 when it pops up. I expect the total for Washington to be at 40.5. The model's at 41.3. I'm over that total as well. First half is at 84.5. I already bet over. The projection on that is 89.8. So 2 overs and an under in the first half. Now, to get this information, it's really simple. It's $1 every day that they post. And a lot of times at EPA Sports, they'll post every other day when there's not multiple sports going on. So it's $1. That's what your due diligence is $1 for every single WNBA game, every single Major League Baseball game. When the NFL is up, you're going to be able to get NFL and Major League Baseball on the same day. $1. We try to price it that way, or at least it's priced that way so everybody can use it. right? Everybody can use it, and they don't have to worry about, well, I paid $100 for this, I have to bet this much just to make up the damn juice. Because when you're buying something, whether it's EPA Sports at patreon.com/EPA Sports, or you're buying picks, that money is juice. You got to make it up somewhere. The only way you're making it up is winning. So when you're paying for something, calculate that into your juice, because it is costing you money to get that information, and that's why we try to keep it as low as possible at EPA Sports. So not only is it affordable to everybody, it doesn't hit the juice as hard as pretty much everything else out there. I'll give you, I'll hit my, usually I only do half of them, but why not? It's Saturday, it's a beautiful day, college football kicked off. Speaking of which, my favorite total on the day was Notre Dame over 33.5. Why? Because they're the number 10 recruiter in the country coming into this year. Navy is 109. Navy's defense last year was 121. The guy who was their defensive coordinator is now their new head coach. So I expected his ass to be kicked hard. They got rid of Nui Matalolo for whatever reason, and they went next man up. The next man up happened to have one of the 20 worst defenses in college football last year. Figure that one out for me. I have no idea. I think it was a shitty hire. I think Navy's going to suck this year. And I expected a lot of teams to score a lot of points on the midshipmen. So the Liberty and Minnesota, the Lynx, the total on this one, the model is at 167.8, and shocking, the live line is 167. Just no variance today. None. It's right on top of all of that. Liberty model is 85.1. The line is 88.5. So I am under that. Minnesota 82.7. The line is 79.5. I am over that for the game. For the first half, the line is 85.5. The model's at 88.9. Look, I've said it once, I'll say it again. I will blind bet the over on the first half in the WNBA anytime. No problem. I'll win money on it. It's been a winner all season. Just, it's one of the most simple things that you can do. Whether you pay us at EPA Sports $1 or not, that's one of the rule of thumbs. Just drop a unit on that every single time. Actually, I drop a unit and a half because it's over 60% on the year. The first half totals. This is one hell of a way to sweat if you like totals like I do. I projected at 45.5 for the Liberty. The model's 42.5, so I'm going under in the first half on the Liberty. I project 39.5 for Minnesota in the first half. Their line is 41.4, so I'm over on that. In fact, both games are identical. Road team, under in the first half, under in the game. Everything else is over. So, hope you enjoyed this breakdown of the WNBA. Very, very best of luck to you. May you cash them as well as I do. And stay tuned for Major League Baseball coming up next. And gratuitously, if you like it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and if there's something else I can do to try to make your sports betting better, let me know on that. And while you're here, college football. Not a lot of games going on today. The one of them that I am supremely interested in the rest of the way is Florida International and Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech, the number 82 recruiter over the last 4 years. Florida International, number 91. Florida International's coaching staff, though, grades out much, much higher than Louisiana Tech. Now, Louisiana Tech's at home, but they're a 12-point favorite. I'd like to see it run up, but it ain't going to get up much higher than that, I don't believe. It's been holding there for quite some time. But I like FIU plus 12 in this football game because Cumbie, man, he had a shitty year last year, and his job is on the line this year. So he really needs to win. Now, the officiating staff in this game for Louisiana Tech and FIU, though, last year they were plus 7.8 points per game for home team favorites. This is a big home team favorite, honk-leaning crew. They throw almost 70% of their judgment flags against the underdog. They are going to have a say in this game one way or the other. Now, I don't expect that to happen because I'm talking about it, and I'm talking about it for a very specific reason. So even though they've done that, I think their behavior is going to change in this game because of, well, it being pointed out to them. So hope you enjoy college football. Hope you win on the WNBA today, and tune in next for Major League Baseball. This is Dave Bartu with Treestand Totals. Thank you for joining me.